You're doing it. Describe how our ranger friend goes about licking this track and what he's hoping to get from it.
uh, so I will kind of like listen to the ground for a second, and then I'll like lick the track and try to judge how long ago the hoof was there.
And I'm just gonna look at him like he's nuts.
Okay.
Did you just lick it?
Duper Harag, what do you do as you see this dwarf drop to the ground, putting his ear to the ground, and then suddenly sticking out his tongue and just full on like? And when I say lick the track, like you are licking the track, like it's not like a poke. You are slobbering. Yeah. You are a 5-year-old who just got handed this giant ice cream cone or lollipop, and like you're excited to taste the track.
That's the only way I'd do it.
So, Harag seeing Balric go to slobber on this hoof print, he's going to laugh at himself and laugh at you and say, I didn't even have to ask you. Are you that stupid?
I'm going to laugh if it actually works to figure out how long ago it was.
So, Cooper, watching his friend do this, kind of, I don't want to say making a fool of himself, but kind of expressing himself in his own way, and hearing Harag kind of start to say what he's going to say. I want to see if I could do a check to see if I could tell kind of what, pretty much trying to see if I could tell what is, pretty much everything about this track before Balric licks this track to try to stop him from doing it.
Oh, you're wanting to keep him from licking it?
That is the lawful part of me talking. The neutral part is hoping that he still licks it.
Oh, the lick is happening.
Okay. Roll for me. Nature or survival. So as Balric is down on the ground, he is committed, like tongue out. He is getting ready.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to lick, and you look at the track like really quickly, and you begin to kind of like start to sputter out that based on like the. I really wish at this point I was an actual hunter person and knew anything. But you're like, based on the depth of the track and like it looks to be pretty fresh, is what you're able to kind of conclude. You're like, I would say that they had to have been here maybe an hour or two ago.
Knowing that, I don't say anything, and I let Balric lick this track.
Okay.
And I'm just like, did you just lick it?
Alright, and then, Harag, anything that you would be doing?
Licking track.
Not really, not after seeing him lick the track. I was just following blindly. Now I'm just laughing to myself.
Probably thinking, what an idiot. Alright, Matt, roll. You can pick from the one. I would go nature or survival. Let's keep it on one of those two, but you do get advantage.
Ooh, I do get advantage.
I mean, you slobber licked the track.
Damn.
But didn't do shit.
Got a 12.
I gave you an extra point. Your first roll is an 8, and the second one was a 9. Well, and then plus the 3. So an 11 and a 12. As you're down there, you're looking the track. You like just pick up a like on your tongue, like just you have basically you have a mouthful of mud. And you don't feel any wiser to what like this would have told you. Like you don't really feel like you included anything, but it's up to you if you are going to admit that to the group that you actually didn't gain any more knowledge than what you otherwise would have known. So like you would know
I'll be
you wouldn't know like 1 to 2 hours, but you would feel that the tracks are definitely from today.
I say, "Ah, yes, the perfect mountain dwarven mud stew. I always love a meal from home. They went this way," and I'll just start walking.
Sitting there muttering to myself, what have I gotten myself into? I've known these people for like a day and they're licking freaking tracks.
So, after Balric licks this mud pie and kind of just starts walking away from the group, I will tell Faith and Harag that it was about an hour ago that these goats had made these tracks, but I will not deter Balric from his tracking abilities. So I will keep that between Faith and Harag and myself.
I am such a bad tracker.
Ranger.
Yeah, I'm only good in Arctic.
Faith, Harag, would you tell him? Or would you just kind of keep, like, a chuckle to yourself about it?
But he seems so proud of himself. I'll let him have it.
The evil part would just laugh at him.
Alright, so the group continues in the direction of the tracks following, and in, like, between Duper having a 15 and Matt eating mud, and by Matt, Balric eating mud, you all do kind of keep wind, and then as you're, looking at the tracks, kind of following along, you notice up ahead that there is a lot more light shining through, the forest. And it's probably about, I would say, 200 yards away, like, you're seeing a lot of light that's kind of shining through.
I feel like they went this
Oh,
way.
And as you step into that direction, and you begin to walk, and you kind of, following, like, where you see the light, after about, like, walking, I would say 15, 20 feet, look at me being all American, going from yards to feet and everything else, you then, like, you catch a much larger trail. So, like, at this point, you all have just been, like, in the thick of the forest, and now you have come across the trail.
Faith, do you know this trail, perchance?
History check, Faith.
Definite maybe.
If you think you've spent a lot of time exploring the forest, you can roll with advantage.
Well, in 5 years, I've probably spent a lot of time exploring the area. So
17 for that. So as you kind of get your bearings, so do you think Faith is the type, like, if she does go out exploring, is she the type to stay on the trail, or would she be kind of venturing through the forest and things in this 5-year time?
She'd end up in the forest exploring outside off the trail too.
So